From a building that can get louder than almost any in the National Football League, this is GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Today, a battle out of the AFC between the New York Jets and the Kansas City Chiefs. Season's still just getting started. We're off in week 3. Xavier Worthy now on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Yellow!
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Hey, 15.
To the air, Mahomes. It's incomplete to Kenneth Walker. And they don't get any help on this 2nd down, Brock. He is out right along the line, so no gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9.
15.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Connecting on the slant. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City.
Here we go. Ready?
Here's a design run. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Yellow.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Completed over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Got it.
Walker on 1st down. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Chiefs 1st down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
They sure are moving in early, Brock. Here's a new set of downs at the opposing 43.
Yellow. Yellow.
1st down, and they go right back to it. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Jair Alexander with the stop.
You gain that kind of yardage yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
Yellow.
First carry of the game for the rookie out of Oklahoma. And 2nd down only works out for a yard.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Leading 4 here on 3rd down. This is going to be the 9th play of this drive.
Yellow. Hey, 43.
So with that play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Needing 4 here on 3rd down. This is going to be the 9th play of this drive.
Hey, 57.
Now a pass play. Here's Mahomes. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
We'll call that one a little tester, Kate. Kind of like a 5 to 8 foot putt. You really hope to make all of them, but you know, over the course of the season, you won't. In that case, you eat right through.
Butker on now to kick this one away. His return starts at the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Jets getting ready for this 1st and 10. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. Let's say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing to Ross. First play of the game. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. They send a man in motion. From the gun, Smith. Brought in right side. We got mighty close, didn't he? But they marked him just short of the 1st. He's at the 34.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Going for the 1st with Dobbins. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And it's good for a New York 1st down.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? That's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
First and 10 now from the 46.
13 X.
Smith to the air now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Just shy of the 40. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down, Smith to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Chance here for one final play before the end of our quarter. On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And he manages to get back to the line, but no further, as we're at the end of one. Only a solitary field goal so far, as we're through one quarter. The Chiefs in control so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. This has been a good drive, but it's at risk here on 3rd down.
No balls, no. Middle. Check 59, cover.
Man in motion here. Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Look at that power, deep left side. So the heave knocked away from the intended targets. That brings up 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line.
At their own 13-yard line.
Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Well, after a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that 1st down. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
On the play. And the Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Yellow.
And off to Walker from the gun. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Running with Walker again. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Yellow. Right side.
Looking to throw Mahomes. Here's a screen out for Walker. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 2nd down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches.
Yellow.
Walker trying to run for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead, get what you need.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
Yellow. Right side.
Staying with Walker. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late. And this could have been much, much more exciting.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Yellow. Right side.
Quick throw completed by Mahomes. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a Chiefs 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. From the pistol, they give here to Walker. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. It's the Chiefs in front here at Arrowhead. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Pistol now for Mahomes. Brought in. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Walker. And he only manages 1. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. The Jets take their first time out as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
There's another for him. And he will find the end zone this time. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs grow their lead just before halftime. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. The The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs make it a 10-point ball game.
Score, Chiefs 10, Jets nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Jets 1st down. Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Smith on 1st down. That was just a little bit too low to be brought in. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now they face 2nd down. Back to the air. It's Smith. Has him on the quick hitter. And you do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34.
Here we go. Check 58. 53, 53. Check 51. Hey, go flip her up, flip her up.
Again, it's Smith to the air. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good for a New York 1st down.
Jets, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
No ball, no strike. 13 8. Middle, no ball, no ball.
Smith's going to throw again. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Dobbins on 1st and goal. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Throwing is Smith. He brings it in. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the field, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Two yards standing between this unit and 6. Here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, Smith. And got his man. Touchdown, New York. The Jets get their first points of this game just before halftime. It's an Adnan Mitchell touchdown on his Katie York for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets cut it to a field goal game. set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Worthy now to return it. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out first and 10. Drive begins with a walker run. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Just before halftime, we get a timeout ticket. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
All right, here we go. Second down. Looking to throw. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. Looked well downfield for that one. All he found was a waiting defender to knock it away. Third down coming up.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
Here comes the final play of our first half.
Yellow. Right. Let's go, Lou. Attack.
Final throw before the break. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. His return starts at the 5. This makes it up to the 25. New York to the line. First and 10.
Sunday here, Sunday. Listen up.
He will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. That play good for 17 on a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Man in motion, headed right. First and 10 now. Here's Smith. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
13 net. 13 net. Hey, 3 on left.
Out of the gun. Here's Smith. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
53, 50. Hey, go flip. Hey, run. 49, flip it off. 49. No ball.
Throw here. Third down. He's got Ayuk downfield. And he's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off with that gain.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play in the field.
Working quickly here.
34-yard line.
Here's Smith. Hits his running back. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Check 59, cover. Check 58, 13 in.
Smith to throw. It's 3rd and 1. Running by his back, Dobbins. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets take the lead right away in half number 2. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. York now for the extra point. The XP is up and good. And the Jets take a 4-point lead.
14, Chiefs 10.
On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Worthy now to return it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line.
I don't need to.
They give up the gut to Walker. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play. But it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Yellow. I'm going, Eddie.
Play action, Mahomes. Flushed out of the pocket. Connects on the crosser. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Can you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop? We're playing the same guessing game that defenses are on those kind of plays. Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
They'll go with Walker on the counter. And he's going to pay off his 1st down run with a nice pickup of 9.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down.
Yellow. I'm going. Hey, 15.
Running left, here's Walker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would.
10 at the 48-yard line.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
Yellow. I'm going, ladies.
Now an inside give to Walker. And this will be stopped after a nice 6-yard pickup there on 1st down.
Some really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient. He was explosive. He got a nice little gain on the ground.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4.
Yellow. I'm going. Yellow.
Blown back, it's the handoff. defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Called in by Worthy, right side. And no touchdown here. Just needed a few more, but this one goes out at the 3. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he could transform a short completion into a big play.
Hey, Sunday, on Sunday.
So they'll be set up with a 1st and goal when we come back. It's the Chiefs in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal. Toss play, this is Walker. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Mahomes on the sneak. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Chiefs take a 4th quarter lead. Patrick Mahomes, the touchdown. On a quarterback sneak to the end zone. This to go up by a field goal here in the 4th. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chiefs push their lead to 3.
Chiefs 17. Jets 14. Harrison Butker to kick off 4 Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 13 next. No more. 13 next. There we go.
From the gun, Smith. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Jets 1st down. It's a gain of 10.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
1st down.
Here we go. Hey, let's go Sunday. We don't leave. Check 51.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And the big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of him on that run.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40.
Smith to the air now. Completed to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Jets first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
No ball, no ball.
First down, Smith to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to get that one to Arian Smith. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Left side secured by Ayuk. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. Give him 25 on that play. And it's good for a New York first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And he's brought down, and a penalty flag out on the play as well. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Shotgun snap to Smith. Caught, nice gain left side. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Smith yet again. And it's dropped off for Dobbins. And he has the New York touchdown. The Jets take a fourth-quarter lead. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. York tacks on that extra point. And the Jets take a 4-point lead. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He throws a bullet deep to the right. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he is inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Running is Walker. That play good for, looks like about 6. 2nd down upcoming.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Chiefs needing 4 points. Offensive line. This is 2nd and 4.
Yellow. 180. Hey, Sunday.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. He's dropped a big stop in a big moment there, Brock. They could not afford to lose yards there.
Taken down back at the 15-yard line.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Looking to throw it. It could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Jets make the play that should win them this game. Well, how quickly things can change. They were looking so good just a couple of plays ago, and suddenly, not anymore. A red zone look comes up empty with that interception.
I think the pressure got to him there, Kate. And I don't even mean all those pass rushers, although they were certainly coming too. I mean the pressure of being third down in the red zone. That's where you got to slow yourself down as a quarterback and know you've got to simply protect the football.
First play of the drive lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. Second down. Putting a receiver in motion. Right side, quick pass, complete. Across the 45. Continues to cook. Touchdown, New York. The Jets parlay the interception into points. York now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets drive their lead to 11.
Chiefs 17.
On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Worthy now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. First and 10.
Yellow. 180.
Gets it out wide quick, and he might throw this. That's not going to connect. Broke out a surprise there on first down, but unable to connect off of it. Second down coming up.
It leads to second and 10.
So play number 1 almost ended this drive. Let's see what play number 2 has in store. The second down throw for Mahomes. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's second. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
First and 10, gotta score immediately here. Only one timeout left, and that clock winding down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Trying to push deep downfield. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send it back to the line for second.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
The clock has fallen into its final minutes. Here comes second and 10. Again, Mahomes to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Yellow, yellow. Hey, yellow, hey, go.
Now to throw. Got a man, and Kelsey has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Chiefs will use their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Hey, 15, 15. On the line.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Kelsey again. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
On the line, 80.
First down throw, Mahomes. Caught at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
There has been a constant for tight ends through the decades, from Kellen Winslow to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. When you are big and you've got length and use your body against those defenders, even double coverage can't stop you.
So it's a